I want to move on to the idea of controlling resources and meeting financial targets, as well as also meeting goals with regard to specific jobs, etc. How do you know? Do your guys perform according to KPIs? Is there some kind of performance review process that you have for your employees? And is there financial control within departments of your company, or is it an overall system?
We have been dividing the business up into three different streams, being our power generation stream, our construction stream, and our operation and maintenance stream, the third party operation and maintenance stream.
So you've actually reorganised the way that your company is structured.
Yeah, and more so from an accounting point of view, more so than personnel. But what it's allowed us to do, probably the biggest thing it's allowed to do, is to understand where our costs are coming in on different streams. Because you need to understand that to find out, if you're losing money, you need to know where, not just, a ship, we're losing money, let's do more work. It's like, well, hang on a minute, that's making a heap of money, that's losing money, let's just not do that anymore. It's a much easier decision than trying to go out and make money, So, yeah, I think our guys we got a fairly simple system for our budgeting and forecasting, where once a month I sit down with the guys that look after each individual stream, that sort of supervise and work within it, and basically say, what are you going to spend this month, and put it into our budget. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's sort of, might be give or take $10,000 or something like that, but it's that's good enough for us. We don't need to be down to the last dollar. So they do that for us. They give us a number, we put it into our budget, and initially it was quite surprising that we were pretty close. We were expecting to be a long way off. In the first few months that we really started forecasting and laying down our budgets, we were 5% out, something like that, which was quite surprising, and it's probably gotten even better since then. Since we've broken up our streams, we've been able to then average out costs over a period of time. So now we can just stick an average figure in for costs on various sort of, your mundane sorts of things, whether it's insurance or whatever the case may be. There's an average, and hey, funnily enough, it works. So yeah, the banks love it if you can forecast and you bring your numbers in close to where you say you're going to be. They love it. Absolutely. Our bank manager / whatever they call them these days, relationship banking officer or something, he's made comment to us, and we never have any trouble, securing finance, etc. from them, because we do what we say we're going to do. So we say we're going to do this. 3 months later, we punch out the numbers, and we're bang on or better what we said we were going to do. They're happy. That's all they want to see. So they get confidence in you, and life's a bit easier.
So with regard to you guys who are working in different fields and across those streams, do you have performance indicators for them, and how do you rate how they're going?
We don't have set KPIs per se, but we do sort of 6 monthly reviews, of staff. So they're sort of performance reviews. But we do a sort of they're more of a 360 review. So we want them to give us, it's not just about them, it's about them coming back to us and telling us how we can improve our processes, which has been really valuable. It's been a really good thing. Guys have come up with much better ways of doing things and streamlining it, or saying, why the hell are we doing this? It's just not necessary. And
Can you give me an example?
Good question. Yes, I can. We got all of our documentation for health and safety, etc., put online, because we thought, that'll be really good. The guys can just fill it out on the site online, and and then just save it straight back up to a cloud drive, and it's there and it's done, and blah blah blah. But actually, that was taking a crap load more time to do than what it was to fill out a piece of paper on site every day. So we've actually sort of, what you would think would be a regression actually was something that was better for us to do, so that we've actually just got a folder full of, startup sheets and site meeting sheets and things like that, and they tick and flick and go through it and sign it off, and it's done. Whereas when it was electronic, it took longer, the iPad would be flat, it was raining, or what, just there was always something that would stop them from uploading, or they can't get Wi-Fi reception or whatever, it was just more of a hassle, you know. So we actually sort of reverted back to doing paper. It's a lot easier and easier to manage.
And you wouldn't have known that if you hadn't gotten the feedback from the
exactly,
guys on site.
Yeah. I guess there's plenty of examples. Some of them are small things, but that's probably the biggest thing we've had lately that was feedback.
So if there are 4 key functions for management, that's planning, organising, leading, and controlling. What would you think is the most important one to focus on when you're starting out?
Planning, depending on what your industry is, I guess. And for this business, because it was such a niche business, it was leading, because it was, you have to lead people through and train them. You know, like that was the most important thing. Now that everybody's experienced, I definitely say it's planning, you know, without a doubt. So it's been morphing as time goes by. So we've sort of gone from, you know, leading to planning now, you know, is so what it's about. Yeah, and then I think after we've gone through planning and our sort of growth in power gen in the next couple of years, it'll come into more so budgeting, etc. You know, because we'll have a fixed income and we'll be looking at various ways to save money. I think it moves over time.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to